Welcome to Keystone Copycats with Chris and Zach. I, of course, am your host, Zach, and he, of course, is your other host.
Twitter to fur. Twister to... Let me start over. Twitter to fur.
So is that because you run our Twitter page?
I mean, yeah, that's
I
me.
said
That's,
run sarcastically because I know we don't actually do anything on it.
I'm on there. It says it.
It's at Keystone Copycat.
Yeah, it's just one cat.
Just the one. It's you. You're the cat.
Yeah, I'm there. That's me. I'm running it. I probably got shit, man. I mean, I'm on there every day. Yep.
Over under, would you say we have like?
I think we got a lot of people on there.
Like of our Twitter followers, would you say we have over or under 12?
I'm on there every day, so I'm really overwhelmed on it sometimes, so I can't really get a full grasp of how many numbers. In fact, numbers are kind of like, abstract to me.
I mean, they're literally abstract.
I think if you spin an 8 and it's infinity, then you can get lost in that.
So you're saying we have 8 followers?
I think we got infinity followers. Infinity or 8.
Or third option, it's a snowman.
Hey, time will tell. Time will tell, snowman.
One thing I know about time.
Do you?
It's gonna tell.
I mean,
that's one thing I know about time.
We would be very good politicians. I think we restructure the show. This is just the platform for. Wait, can you do 224? Wasn't that your thing, or 2024? Wasn't that when you were gonna run for president?
No, I was gonna run in 2020 because I was eligible. But yeah,
that was 40.
It's 35.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I didn't run.
Do it?
No.
Did you win?
No.
I don't watch the news. I'm too busy on Twitter. I don't have fucking time for news.
Well, welcome to Keystone Copycats with Joe Biden.
Hi.
It's me.
Joe
Biden. I can't do a Joe Biden voice.
No.
It's just old man voice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was going to say Stephen Colbert is a funny one.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta watch his show.
No.
You don't support Steve.
No. No, I don't.
Fair.
The only late night personality that I've ever cared about.
Don't say it.
Is Conan O'Brien.
Don't say it.
You know what? That's not true because I also really like
Leno.
No, I really like Craig Ferguson.
And you weren't. And when they rivaled, you were like, "Which one do I pick?
Oh no!
Do I pick the funny one?"
I had my tall orange pompadour and my full denim outfit, and I was like, I don't know who to choose. And I got in my steam-powered car and drove off.
Are you Leno in this? Is that what the joke is?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
How you doing?
Not terrible. I've actually been pretty busy lately with jobs that I do not like.
International work? Or
no, not that I don't like, I guess.
It's not international. It's outer national. Like, why is it inner? You're in the nation. If it's international and you're going to other nations, then why is it not outer national?
Because
Zach, tell me.
Because like the interstate, it means you travel between multiple states.
That's in the nation.
Interstate.
Yeah, but in the nation of
national
the US.
Means it goes between multiple nations. Did you like my little twinkle fingers I just did there?
No, I think it is better with me to do distractions like that because then I'll probably pay
Then you'll
attention,
believe me.
or maybe not. Maybe
then you'll
I'll be
believe me
distracted,
that I'm right about it.
Yeah. Well,
Which who's to say?
I still think it's outer. I think everyone's wrong.
Legally.
Illegally blind. There's another
You're right.
one. How are you going to be legally blind? How are you going to be illegally blind?
I am.
We don't know.
I am.
You're illegally blind?
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess I won that one. You didn't even have to distract me.
Illegally, you won it.
This is great. I'm going to have to tweet about this.
So, let me ask you a personal question.
I like it.
Hey there, buddy. How you look so good.
You know what happened to me the other day?
No, I don't.
Can I do one of these?
Yeah, I would love to have one of these, which I believe is called a story.
Story? One of these stories? I got a
Spin me a tale.
I got a phone call from AT&T, and they said someone's trying to hack your account. We need your info, and I was like, well, how do I know it's you? And they did the whole thing.
Can I send you a camera?
They're like, yeah, they said it was you, but they didn't have any of your info, so whatever. So we go through the whole process, and they're like, okay, clearly that wasn't you called. And I'm like, you should tell them not to bother. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, AT&T's shitty. And like, why are they trying to hack AT&T? I'm like, why?
And they're like, we're AT&T.
No, I know. I'm like, I'm like, can I get their number? They're like, well, no. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, the call would drop anyway. But I'm like, AT&T sucks. Like, why in the fuck are you trying to hack my AT&T account? Like, hack one of my other accounts that has cash in it.
Like money.
What are you doing? You fucking fool. And after the rest of the day, I'm like, why was he trying to hack my AT&T account?
So here's the
Who
thing.
gives a shit?
If they wouldn't call you, is the thing.
What, the vandal?
No, the AT&T.
Oh.
You would have to call them.
No, I got that confirmation thing.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I got to check my account now.
How many cameras did you send them?
I was out.
Fresh out of AT&T. I'm so sorry, I can't send you a camera.
I gave him yours. No, I got a confirmation email.
Sure.
think.
Sure.
Or whatever. Or maybe someone has my account now. I don't really care.
I mean, it's AT&T.
AT&T sucks.
So AT&T is the one of like the main cell phone providers that I've never had. I know Sprint is trash and T-Mobile is super trash.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna bundle and then get a.
We're gonna get a Verizon account together.
I mean, once we need 20 people to afford.
No,
it.
we need a fourth person, and it's just we don't have a fourth person yet.
Well,
who we trust.
God willing.
You
know what? Time will on that one. Time will tell.
It's probably gonna tell. Oh,
Infinity will tell us.
It's gonna tell us.
Well, now I'm worried. Do they have all my AT&T money? Because it's not much. There's nothing in the account.
What account? What does that mean?
That's what I'm saying. Why would you hack the AT&T?
I don't know.
What's in there?
They want to change your passwords and lock you out, so then you'll pay them money to get them back. I don't know.
Oh no, you can have it. Like I don't fucking like. I'll get a new number. It's not
you're the kind of person who will just abandon your number and be like, "That's it." And what's funny about that is you had the same number for so long.
383-6695. Call it. Let's see who's there.
Okay.
You're not gonna.
I mean, we can.
You're just wiggling your fingers.
I mean, we can. I have it's saved in my phone still. I can plug my phone into the board right now and call away. You know what I can do is I can do it from my computer.
Why?
From the Keystone Copycats number.
Is that what we do now? We just pester people.
We call people. We're a prank call show now.
What are we gonna say? I'm excited.
You know what? I'm not sure.
Are we gonna like do a voice here? I'll be you.
So I'll
be like, hey, it's Zach, because that's what you sound like. And then you be me, and you'll be like, hey, it's Crispy and Zach.
No, see what I sound.
Beautiful.
I kind of sound like this.
I'm not that high.
I'm kind of like David Sedaris.
Oh, that would be great.
If I could write like that?
I think, do you have any carrots here? We could just eat carrots on the, like, nothing's more annoying than a guy eating a carrot through the.
Or like an apple, like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ate an apple earlier. It was the only one I had. It's gone now. I ate it.
Yeah.
It was right here at this desk. I was sitting here and I ate an apple.
That's a great story.
While I was editing a different podcast.
That apple.
Yeah.
Hey, we doing something today?
I doubt it.
Nice.
Right?
Well, I guess nap time then. Get out your Scrooge McDuck night hat. Or not McDuck. Whatever.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge, thank you.
I like Scrooge McDuck. Big fan of the DuckTales. How do you feel about DuckTales?
Every day they're out there making it.
That's right.
I didn't see any appropriate answer.
So our stepsister podcast, Sinclarity, A Dinosaur's Tale, have a tradition of recording episodes during hurricanes because Ben used to live in New Orleans and Tim lives in Florida in the Tampa, Sarasota area. So I told them that their next hurricane episode should be about DuckTales because life is like a hurricane. Here in Duckburg. Yeah, so I was saying like they should do that for the next hurricane episode.
That's what I said, Duckbird. Duckbird. I don't know why, but that's factual.
I watch a lot of episodes of DuckTales, like the new one, and there will be times where like someone will get like pushed off a building or something and they're like, "Wah!" And I just have to think like they're birds. They're birds.
Yeah, but they can't float.
I don't know, they're birds. They should be able to fly. Down. It's just, I have a real trouble with suspension of disbelief, Well,
they can talk too, and one of them wears glasses that somehow stay on his beak.
Is it me?
Hate it.
I wear glasses. You're talking about me?
I mean, plus they're just the, diving into money issue. Yeah. Like how much that wouldn't work.
So what's funny is the new the DuckTales reboot thing that they did a couple years ago.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, they did 3 seasons.
Oh wait, yeah, I did. I remember Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
It's really good. I'll say that.
Artistic approach.
But they
Artistic.
They make fun of they play into a lot of the like lore and stuff from the original series, and one of the things that like Scrooge like mentions at one point is that like he can swim in money. Anyone else would get hurt doing it, but he has learned how to do it over all this time. Like it's a thing where he's like, oh yeah, like they acknowledge that it's a ridiculous thing to do.
Gotcha. So
but that he like trained to do it.
He's one with the currency.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it?
Currency. I see that current.
Oh.
And I see where you're going with it.
Yeah, I thought that was smarter than it was. I don't
Well,
know if it... Because the sea's like you can swim in the sea.
From what I can see currently...
Or the current.
It's...
Scratch that joke. Just go ahead and just edit me out from the whole thing.
Okay.
Just
okay.
bleep me.
Just okay.
One big bleep.
One long bleep.
Every time I'm talking.
Every time you're talking. I can do that. If you want. If you want, I can do it.
I gotta have faith.
Stop it.
Like that song. When we sing it?
Yeah.
It's called Faith.
Let's take a break for you to sing a song at me.
I'm trying to quit. No, what did we do this week though?
So
watch some shit.
We're continuing our Disney Princess Renaissance miniseries
with the Deuce, the Beauty, and the Beast.
Both of them. So Beauty and the Beast from 1991, directed by Gary Truesdale and Kirk Wise, same composer as Little Mermaid, Howard Ashman, starring Paige O'Hare, Robbie Benson, Richard White, Angela Lansbury, and Jerry Orbach. This was before Disney started putting big-name actors in the leads of their cartoons.
I mean, was the first one Robin Williams?
No, because he's not the lead. Aladdin is the lead.
I guess he is supporting.
Right.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah.
What about...
I think The Lion King.
What about J.T. Thomas?
That's what I was going to say. I think The Lion King is it. And then adult Simba is Matthew Broderick, who was also like a big-name actor at the time. He still is. I like him a lot.
Okay.
I'd like to see him in more things. You know, he killed someone with his car.
Good for him.
Like in the 80s. And like
a politician.
Yeah, like Ted Kennedy.
Yeah. So what was the one after that? Pocahontas with Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson was not in Pocahontas.
Who was the guy?
Was he?
Who was John Smith?
I don't know.
I think that's Mel Gibson.
I'm going to check real quick. I'm going to do a quick internet search.
I think I'm right. I don't...
If you are, that's a bummer.
I am pretty sure that I'm correct on this one.
Holy shit.
Is it?
It might be.
I think I got it.
Oh, it is.
Okay, well, there you go.
It is. And Christian Bale.
Oh, well, who is he?
Christian Bale is Thomas.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch that one that much.
Holy shit. Billy Connolly. There's a lot of, like, decently well-known actors in this. David Ogden
Thomas
Stiers.
Is not the lead. Isn't he like the guy that's like almost dies? Like
I don't know. I dislike that movie. But David Ogden Stiers as Governor Ratcliffe. He also is in this movie, Beauty and the Beast.
What is he in this one?
He is Cogsworth.
What object? Because you know
Cogsworth.
You know that's what he is.
I mean, he could have been the guy who like runs the asylum.
Hell no.
I like it. Oh God,
pervert.
He really is.
And trap cruel frags.
With a long, ugly snout.
That was pretty good.
It wasn't.
It's been working.
Sharp, cruel fangs.
It really sounds like you're talking through a mug on that one. I'm impressed.
I've never done that one before. I've done and sharp, cruel fangs like my entire life. My sisters would say that to each other in that voice.
It's real close. It's hard not to hear what you think he says.
Well, it's that. It's sharp, cruel fangs. That and I need 6 eggs.
Oh, you want to jump into it?
No, but those two are the things that are so amazing.
Because I'm fully aware that it's probably not too expensive about the eggs, but it really seems like it's about the eggs are too expensive, don't fucking bother.
No, I think someone else is saying
I know in the
something is too expensive. That's probably right, but to me, yeah, you're right. It is when you're a kid, you always think, 6 eggs, that's too expensive. Okay.
I mean, just the idea of the eggs, like you don't even want to know the price. It's just the eggs are so fucked. There's gold in the middle, man.
Yeah.
It's golden treasure.
So
there's another one later about, she says you call this bacon in the background.
Yeah,
Like,
I had the subtitles on and was like, huh.
What the hell did
And
you...
of course, we all know in that same
you think
section.
it's dog?
No.
Is it dog? And she's
No.
like, you call this bacon?
But we
This
all
is
know
dog.
that in that same section, please let me through.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone knows
There's a lot
that.
of- yeah.
But the bacon is like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Let's start over. Beauty and the
Little
Beast,
town,
91.
It's
No,
a quiet village. We're starting over?
Let me do my synopsis.
Oh, yeah, we do that. I forgot.
Yeah. All right. An arrogant prince and his servants fall under a spell by an enchantress, and the prince is turned into a beast until he learns to love and be loved. And then it kept going on, so I just wrote, Bella's also there.
Yeah.
Bella's there. She'll show up.
Okay, let me ask you an important question.
Is this France? Because, they say bonjour an awful lot. Because
It is France.
They don't say...
Lumiere specifically says it.
I know.
Or
What I'm
Lumiere.
saying is nothing else hints that this is French because no one has accents or anything. So they say bonjour an awful lot.
Lumiere has an accent, and so does the duster.
His
lover.
His bangtail.
He's horny.
They both are.
Yeah. Now, do you think that the chef who wants to eat Sebastian and the Little Mermaid is from the same village?
Is he the big oven? Because isn't that... is the big oven that does the woo-ha-ha-ha to scare him, is that Tim Curry? Am I making that up?
I don't know.
Isn't that Pennywise?
I can look.
I could be making this up, but I thought it was always like he did a cameo and he was the oven or something.
He was in a bunch of
something in
episodes
the
of
kitchen.
Dinosaurs, like weirdly.
This is not We're not talking about.
I know, but I'm
dinosaurs.
saying like
this is
that's
the
a
Beauty
Disney
and the
property.
Beast. This is a different structure. I don't think Jim Henson had much to do with Beauty and the Beast this time around. Now maybe the remake, who knows? He was probably dead, but
Okay, so I thought it was weird when that in this movie when that kid made the movie about the plastic grocery bag that he saw blowing, how beautiful it was.
it is gorgeous. That's a great movie. I don't know why you always make fun of that part.
Because it's funny.
Goddamn good movie.
Because it's funny.
Plus you get to see Kevin Spacey naked working out.
Look, I just wanted
And
to
you get some
make it
voyeurism.
seem like I instead watched American Beauty rather than Beauty and the Beast.
I know, but I still want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it forever.
I
We
love
should watch it.
voyeurism. I love spying, like film and stuff.
Let's
It's just,
see.
it works out to my
No,
benefit.
Brian Cummings
is that
is Stove.
it? So Tim Curry not in it.
Tim Curry not
So
in
I
it.
lied.
You're a liar.
I lied about that.
But the guy who played
Well, sorry.
Otis,
Sorry.
the guy who played Otis on Andy Griffith is the voice of the horse, Philippe.
First off, he doesn't say anything.
I know. I know.
Well, he doesn't talk. Otis? Is that what you said?
Otis from Andy Griffith.
Whatever, man.
His name's Hal Smith.
Stupid. Stupid. Yeah, see, you don't need that.
I could do it.
Just record a goddamn
Just
horse.
record me. Hire me, Disney.
91.
Yeah, I'll time travel. I'll time travel right now. Get me in there.
So I love the opening because I just love that part. Like, but who could ever love a beast? Like,
Okay,
well,
so let's get into
mean-
that opening because
Okay.
I think this is really important.
okay.
Oh, I did notice like just like the Little Mermaid, they insert two like newer like opening title things, like the Disney castle and then the little like Steamboat Willie kind of like Disney logo, and I'm like, all right, just stop doing this. Like,
I don't think I paid attention
preserve
to
it, keep it intact. I noticed it because I noticed it in Little Mermaid.
Gotcha.
But I do really like the that opening zoom in on the castle where it like goes through all the different like before it goes into like the storybook kind of mode.
Yeah.
Or like the stained glass kind of how they tell that backstory, which I really like. When a movie will use a different style of filmmaking to tell like this kind of backstory. It's like in Deathly Hallows, the Tale of the Three Brothers.
Yes.
The different animation is really cool. I love
First
when
time
they do that.
it in the 7th movie of the series.
Yeah. But I've got a question for you. How old
Waiting so patiently.
is the Beast when he meets that witch?
I'm gonna say, let's just say 20s. Let's just say 20.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
He is 11 years old.
What? Okay. How did they say that?
They said that if he doesn't find love by his 21st birthday,
Okay.
And then Lumiere says, 10 years we've been rusting. So
they
he
punished
is
a
turned
child.
into a beast because an 11-year-old wouldn't let an old stranger woman stay in his house in return for a flower.
Now, the problem I have with the stained glass story, what the fuck kind of family is letting their 11-year-old boy
Where
open the
are the parents and the servants? He's a prince.
Yeah.
Is he in the castle alone? What happened?
That's what I'm saying. Why is he answering the goddamn door?
I don't know.
What's wrong with this place
weird.
that he did that?
Or, even weirder, the butler answers the door, the old hag asks for the prince, and he gets him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has no...
Beast!
It's his first day. He doesn't...
Beast! There's someone here to see you!
Yeah, what was his name before then?
Beast!
Beast, okay. So this is like Scar. It's just it's irony.
He doesn't have a name.
His name is Beast, and then he becomes one.
His name is 11-year-old child who was doomed for life.
Well, fuck him, man. He was selfish.
Because he wouldn't let an old woman stay in his house. He's home alone.
So what's the moral if he does listen? That if someone wants to come in and you're like, oh, I don't really know you, I'm sorry, and they go,
Bad
but
moral.
I'm warning you, you have to go, oh, fuck then you got to come in. Like, because all she does is say, hey, be careful about this, I might fuck up your whole life.
Forever.
And then, yeah.
Because you're 11 years old.
Have a fate worse than death.
11! He's a child!
Well, I guess that makes sense with the spoon thing then.
Isn't that insane?
I guess the spoon thing makes sense. Why in the fuck can't he use the spoon?
Well, he probably hasn't for 10 years.
I don't care. You don't get rusty using a fucking spoon.
No, I do.
It's not. This is like riding a bike, man.
Sometimes I won't use a spoon for like a month. Like I won't eat anything that requires a spoon. And then when I do,
drip it onto your tongue.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Here's the thing: when he's eating the soup or whatever the hell it is, and
porridge, I think,
and he's doing it like a beast. Why doesn't he look up and she's like, "Oh, I don't know," and he goes, "I'm a fucking beast. What do you want from me?" Like. That's a better response than, here, let me try to trickle the spoon onto my tongue like I'm an idiot. Right. But that does... Hang on. Let's stop. Because this does go into the original story. Now, for the most part, the beginning of the story is completely different, but the rest of the bones is similar. But at one point, Beauty does say that when she, after he does the... what is it when he holds someone captive? The Stockholm Syndrome? After it starts kicking in... she does friend zone him, and she says that he's more stupid than he is scary, which I enjoy. So that made me think of the spoon thing. Like, oh, he's just dumb. Like,
yeah.
So I think that's why he gets friend zoned. Like a lot of these. So far we have 2 for 2 with the friend zoning. Like you want to fall in love, but you're like, I just like you, buddy.
No, I think it's just I think it's weird that these movies are so hinged upon you got to fall in love. And this is something that obviously, and I mean, we'll get into next week as well with the movie from next week.
Yep.
But like these movies in this era are all about you have to fall in love. And this is one of the reasons that like it was so impressive to me when I saw Moana and there was no love interest in any way. It was just about this, this young woman doing what she needed to do to save her people,
Yeah, she's doing her duty.
Yeah, and she doesn't need to have, a handsome prince or whatever. Like even like
I could see why you would like it. There's just
even Frozen.
It's just duty. Duty calls, and she did it, and that's the end.
It sounds like you haven't seen it.
I've not seen it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
What is it?
No.
Are you saying Mulan?
No, I've never seen Mulan.
Oh,
I'm saying Moana.
I keep thinking you say Mulan, and I'm like, okay. I've
never seen that movie.
Okay, well, either one?
No.
Me neither.
I've never seen that movie.
Okay, here's the problem that I have. I haven't seen the movie you're talking about, or either Mulan's. I don't know why I'm assuming anything.
You should see Moana.
But I did.
No, it's like...
Is that a Disney movie?
It is. It's wonderful.
And is it like Mulan?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but no, it's not. I know it's not,
well,
but no.
How the fuck do you know? You've never seen Mulan. Either one. Either or.
So?
Well, I guess put it on the list because I got to watch all 3 of these motherfucking movies.
No.
Well, hang on. Is it about duty to the state?
No, it was directed by the same people as The Little Mermaid.
Holy shit, I don't care. That's not what I asked. Could you stay?
What?
You stay on track.
I'm on track. There, buddy boy.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to talk about the difference of the beginning?
I don't care.
So,
Do you want to?
so the inventor, the inventor's daughter. Like,
So I'm in the middle of like making a point about
Yeah.
like comparing like this movie and the movies that we're doing
Yeah.
to like a modern Disney movie.
seemed like you
and
lost-
you're like, oh, I don't know those movies, but I could do this other thing.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Well, I mean, you lost track of the room. Like, you definitely
I
lost
sure
the
didn't,
room.
because you just kept saying Mulan. You mean Mulan?
Well, I couldn't follow
don't.
a goddamn word
I
you
don't.
were saying. Well, start over then. I'm Chris.
Hello and welcome.
All right, well, you do your point, and I'll talk about the beginning.
No.
Okay.
You ruined it.
Yeah, I don't care. I would love to talk. This is going to go great for me. All right.
I like talking.
So the inventor, he's just a merchant, sailor, bullshit. And then he has 12 kids, and Beauty's one of them.
That's not enough.
There's just, don't worry. They
He needs
redid
more.
the story a couple hundred years later, and there was only 6. And you're like, oh, thank God. I couldn't keep track of what's happening. So he's got spoiled daughters, except for Beauty, who's called Beauty. What the fuck?
I mean, it's French, so her name is Belle, which means beauty in French. That's what Belle means.
But does it mean beauty?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it
But
does.
it's still beauty.
Belle is beauty. That's
whatever.
what the name means.
Whatever.
It's a French book, right?
What? So you got
Her name is Beauty.
So you got this one rich ass family who's like, call him Prince or Beast.
Is she 11 years old?
I think we're calling him Beast, like our son Beast. And then you have this other family, and he's like, my daughter,
Hank.
my youngest daughter, Beauty, and all the other ones are like, all right, shit.
Yeah, this is my daughter Tubbo, and this is my
Stupid.
this is my daughter Buttface. Like, what?
So I guess sometimes the
This is
sons
my daughter
are okay.
Ogre.
Whatever, but like they lose everything. Like someone comes, like ships come and they steal their house, and they're like, oh no. So the father goes off and does some bullshit or whatever. There's a lot of sailing in the beginning of this,
Yeah.
and him leaving his
As
family.
there should be.
So then he does the same thing. He stumbles across the beast castle and sees the rose garden, and he's like, oh, my youngest daughter loves roses because fuck all the rest of them. They don't need roses. I just love that one daughter.
Yeah.
So he gets it, and then Beast finds him.
Is she physically attractive?
Who, Belle? She's beautiful.
Oh, thank God.
Beauty. So he finds the rose and picks it, and Beast finds him, and he's like, you know the penalty is death. And he's like, well, I've never been here. And also, you didn't state the rules, and you kind of make them up as you go because you know, you're a beast. So he's like, well,
Who
fuck
could
that.
ever love
It's death penalty.
beast?
And then somehow he finds out about his beautiful daughter. So he goes, well, how about this? I make you a deal. You can take the rose back to her, but she has to come back and live with me forever. And she has to fall in love with me, or else I'll savagely murder your whole family. So the dad's like, yep. Why?
Sick.
What the fuck?
I think you just explained why.
Why
I think you
did
just explained why.
Why?
I will murder your whole family if you don't send back
Why
your
did he
one
say
beautiful
anything?
daughter.
But I love that he's still like, but you can take the rose. Like, that was the deal. He's like, all right.
You're not leaving here empty-handed.
You want the rose?
You take the rose.
You want the rose? You got it. But
Now
I
I
want
need
the
the girl.
daughter, and I might just kill him anyway.
I'm 11 years old.
Now, keep in mind, I don't know where they are or anything.
Yeah.
So there's no real threat. You could just be a good dad, and he's like, ugh, this is a tough one, me or my whole family. And he's like, just get rid of that favorite daughter.
Yeah.
But she got the rose, so.
Well, then what's she complaining about?
So from there on out, it's pretty similar, except for he's pretty upfront, like, hey, we got to fall in love or else I'm going to be a beast forever because of the enchantment thing. And there are still the furniture that run around and shit.
Sure.
But yeah, there's
They're more active than me.
There's still the curse of, hey, you're 11 and selfish, so you're fucked.
Yeah. And they should be.
But
And they should be.
yeah, but so he's just friend zone. He's like, no, I really need this to work out. In fact, he's always like every single night, he's like, we should have sex. Maybe that'll help. And she's like, you're a beast. Like, I just don't think it's gonna work.
Well, here's the thing about the friend zone.
Yeah.
You can't claim to be in the friend zone if you imprison her father and only let him go with the stipulation of you get the daughter.
Here's the
and then
thing.
you can't complain that she doesn't like me.
I'm trying to find my note. No, yeah.
She shouldn't.
Oh no, and also with the rose, he put. Let me read my notes. The beast sends him on his way atop a magical horse with wealth, jewels, and fine clothes for his other sons and daughters. Belle got the shittiest fucking deal. She got a
one
rose.
Hard. She took one hard for the family.
Why'd they get all that extra?
But that's how it used to be. I read this series of books.
Oh, so you're saying this is just an arranged marriage?
In a way. But
okay.
that's the whole thing. He's like, all right, well, but okay, so I read this series of books, and it's historical fiction, but like it takes place between like the 1100s and like the 15 or 1600s, and it's like it just stays in this one town, and so you'd see these different families and different but it's all this stuff where it's like each book there's a story about a woman, like a daughter who has to marry someone who she finds distasteful in order for her family to be saved or to prosper. And like there's always like the anyone who's like read these books, hearing me talk about this would know what I'm talking about, but there's always like this kind of like builder's apprentice or bridge designer or some shit like that. There's always like a craftsman who's like below her station, but she loves him, and they always like end up together. But like it seems a lot like in those times there would be a lot of marriages and like stuff like this where it's like, oh, our family won't survive if you don't marry this wealthy family.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the dad was in it for the treasure.
Yeah. You know why? It's because he's not an inventor.
No, it's because he lost that stuff when he was sailing around and someone stole his stuff because he was sailing. He should have just, cut that shit out.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
He's a shitty merchant. Do you think he sold the jewels like immediately for like beans? Rice and beans?
Rice and beans? What is this, Breaking Bad?
So.
Yeah.
So, do you want to jump back to the Disney one?
Sure.
Do you have things to talk about?
Sure, I've got lots of things to talk about.
Like those four-way sisters? Were they trying to get Gaston's attention, each one, or were they all gonna marry and bang Gaston?
I mean, I think if he
the fucking triplets.
I think if he suggested it, he would have. So the most recent of that series of books that I just read, it was like a prequel that was like happens before them all. But in that book, there is a situation where the main guy, his like two brothers, are both having sex with the same woman from the village at the same time, and she gets pregnant, and their resolution is, well, we'll just both marry her. And that's how they live. The two brothers and the wife.
I could see it.
It's so weird.
I could see it. She's got a bunch of holes. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they like have sex with her at the same time ever, but like,
Fucking losers.
I think it's really great that
they're not frat brothers, you know what I'm saying?
So I think it's really great that everyone in this town thinks she's like a freak because she likes to read and doesn't want Gaston,
but she also
who's this fucking dick.
She also rips on the town pretty hard. She goes, this poor and simple town, like calls them stupid because they don't read.
Well, they're
just trying to live their lives. They're trying to make money. Like,
right,
eggs are expensive as fuck in this town.
Yeah,
they got to work hard to afford those eggs.
You know what?
Yeah.
Gaston is such a fucking selfish asshole because that woman needs 6 eggs. He could give her 6 eggs.
He's eating all those
and he would still
eggs.
have 5.5 dozen to eat.
He's not going to be big and
or
strong.
4.5 dozen.
He won't be able to fight the barge when it comes in.
Well, he won't be able to fit on the barge.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't have the strength of the barge. He's the size of. That's right. He's the size. That doesn't mean. That doesn't mean he can take it on.
So our good friend Brian, who was on a mini episode. Yeah, he watched. He's never seen Beauty and the Beast, and he saw part of this movie with me.
Loser.
And the part that he saw was like the Gaston song, and he was very like had an interesting reaction to every last inch of me's covered with hair.
Yeah. He's the Beast.
It's so weird.
Why would he say that? That's what the Beast is.
Yeah.
And he hates the Beast.
Yeah.
So he hates himself. Oh, I got what this means.
So I think. Okay, so
it's a Jekyll and Hyde scenario.
So the way that we devised this whole mini series that we're doing is that We talk about these like classic movies from our childhood.
And then I'm the other host.
You talk about that's
That's how we. That's
you are the other host.
I figured it out.
You're a big boy.
Because we're Jekyll and Hyde. Get it? We're both covered in fur. Or one of us is.
Every last inch of it. Yeah.
Every last inch of us is covered in fur.
Yeah. Now,
bearskin
so you would do the part about the lore of the story, where the fairy tale came from, and all that kind of stuff, which is really interesting, and we can see how it's different from the movie.
It's not that interesting.
And then what I do, look, I'm building you up here. I'm building you up. Just let me.
Let me put the albatross.
What he does is
on your
so
neck.
interesting. And then like I look at it from a modern perspective, and we both kind of talk about the nostalgia of like when we saw it, and like this movie in particular, I think spawned like an entire generation of like feminist thought, because like the whole like looking at it
because of Belle's song.
Well, partially, but like looking at it from like today's point of view is that like she's an independent woman who reads, and this like fucking dolt, this like fragile masculinity of Gaston, which is the real villain of the movie, is like he wants her and can't have her and wants to control her and thinks she shouldn't read and thinks all this stuff and like wants to put her in her place as his little wife, as he says. And like this just like inspires like all these young women who saw it to like, read, learn, educate yourself, and choose what you want, choose the path that you want, I think it's inspiring.
Okay.
And I think the next movie that we do has a similar vibe for that. So I think
she calls the town stupid, Zach.
They are
fucking
stupid.
This reading woman is a menace. It's a fucking problem. They don't understand her. She's read the book twice.
I love the guy. I love the guy at the bookshop.
What he's like, he keeps
you get
getting
anything
excited.
New? Not since yesterday.
Not since yesterday. Yeah,
like, so good.
Because no one sees him, because she's the only one. So he's so fucking flabbergasted.
Hurry up.
He is so flabbergasted when she comes in. He's like, oh, a friend. Like, he can't contain himself.
I love it. But it really is like she's an oddity in this like, French provincial town that like most people don't read, and they just go about their lives. And the reason that she reads is because her father is an inventor, because he's like this, man of thought, supposedly.
I got a question.
I got an answer.
Because we're nerds, and maybe you didn't catch this, but I'm a big nerd about this. We listen to the soundtracks. This is one of the songs that from the movie to the soundtrack, it's different on that part. It's just him doing the solo part, the librarian, instead of the group outside. What do you think they do things like that, where they switch it slightly? And just a portion of the song.
So the soundtrack, I don't have the song from the soundtrack that I have heard doesn't have the library guy in it, because there's no singing in it. So there's
but
interludes.
You can hear his voice with like, look at that girl, she is so peculiar. It's just him, not the group outside.
Oh, I didn't notice
that.
So
I don't know why they did. There's another Lion King one where they change it a little bit too, and you're not sure why. It's like the three hyenas. And I know what you're saying. They have to adapt it, then take out the talking.
They cut out the
But
scenes.
that one in particular, they just changed and made him... on his
That's
own.
interesting. I don't know.
And I don't get why.
And maybe that's like an error in mixing that just made it through.
Huh.
I don't know. That's weird.
It seems like it shouldn't happen more than once then.
No. Then maybe there's a real reason for it.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what we should have done. We should have scrapped the whole movie and just talked about
so
that
we should just
particular
quit
song.
And go get jobs at Disney.
We never got started. We can't really quit if we never got started.
Interesting. Well, I've never quit a job before.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. So, I mean, do we stay on the song? Do you want to move past the song?
I think it's a great song.
Okay, it's a great song, but the inventor's daughter. I love how he says that.
Crazy old Maurice.
So he's talking about how this fucking log chopping invention that he made is going to change their life.
He's going to go to the fair and win.
Yeah, so it's very hastily done where like he kicks it on and it worked. And then he goes off to the fair right away. I mean, like What the hell's up with that? What was the timing for that fair? Like, did he kicked it on? It did it, and he goes, "Well, I'm off to the fair."
I think he's been working on it with the goal of trying to have it done and ready for the fair.
Yeah.
And I think it finally worked, and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go. I didn't know I was gonna be able to go to the fair, but it works, so now I gotta go."
Yeah, so like that's the last possible moment.
I think
like if it didn't work then it was over. Or is it like a world fair?
The timeline of this
it's open all the time, like kind of like the Stony Stark.
Pardon?
Tony Stark. I said it. I'm dyslexic.
What the fuck?
Like the Stark exhibit, like the
Stark
exhibit.
Expo. Well, so the World's Fair typically lasts for, I don't know, it'll be a couple years. I know, like, the 1892 Chicago World's Fair lasted for a couple years. Like, it took years to, like, build, obviously, and, you know.
Mm-hmm. Devil in the White City.
Devil in the White City. So years ago, I had read that Martin Scorsese was adapting that and doing it with, like, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I was very excited about it. And I haven't heard anything about, like, you know, anything from that. And now Scorsese has been in production on an adaptation of a different book called Killers of the Flower Moon, which is, everybody should read that book. It's fucking incredible. It's about the Osage Indian tribe, and it's about the Osage tribe, and they get moved to a reservation where they strike oil and become the wealthiest people in the country, and how the government assigns them white people to manage their money because they don't trust them, and then these people just start getting murdered, and it's captivating. It's one of the most, like, fascinating stories, like, true stories of our country that I've ever heard. So Scorsese is making that. He's actually in production on it right now. But I don't know what happened with The Devil in the White City. It's such a fascinating story about, like, the country's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes, and how he used the World's Fair to, you know, get victims, and I would love to see that movie. How about you? Did you read that book?
I did. Do you think in school that they called him DiCaprio, like in grade school?
No, I think he was already acting, and so he was probably doing, like, on-set tutoring stuff for school. So probably he didn't have, like, real classmates.
I could probably email him though.
You should
let them know that
you should.
That would have happened.
I have heard,
but no,
that,
The
like,
Devil in the White City. I did, but I listened to it.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that I should have read it because the illustrations that go with the book.
That's good too. But, like, no, I've listened to it multiple times, and it's excellent. It's a great audiobook too. All of, like, Eric Larson's stuff is really interesting.
I always remember the part where the guy was, like, staying overnight and he kept hearing the doorknob turn and he thought he was gonna die that night.
Yeah.
I can't remember where he fit in with the story, but it was just a rich patron who was, like, talking about how one of the guys that got out and how he just kept changing the construction crew so no one knew.
Yeah,
like,
nobody really knew what the layout of the building was. He would have, like, rooms that were like a gas chamber. He had rooms built that didn't have doorknobs on the inside.
A chamber in a chamber, like, or whatever
Wild.
it was. So we could,
so much crazy
burn
shit.
The bodies.
Fascinating.
He got caught in Cincy, didn't he?
He came through Cincinnati. I don't think he got caught here, but there is a location. When you look in the book, in, like, the index in the back, there is an address for where he holed up here, and it was possible that some of his victims. So he gets married and has these kids, like, or he gets married to a woman who has kids, I think, and kills them maybe, and he goes on the run and. Potentially,
no, he kills her and adopts them, and then might kill
to
one
get
of the kids.
money or something.
His kids were saved. There's two of them. I think
and
they got
he takes
saved.
them. Well, no, but they found, like, a trunk buried in like a yard in Cincinnati that had, like, a child.
Maybe the boy did
in
that,
it or something. I don't remember. But,
well,
like,
there's the speculation that he's still alive.
There is not. Over 100. 100. Almost 30 years ago.
That was one of those elixirs he made. He drank it. And
the elixirs. Because he was a pharmacist.
Ish.
Yeah.
He was just selling Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Well, it says doctor in the name.
He's not going to.
All right, that was a good diversion to talk about a couple of interesting books.
So when you first
Belle would read them.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Twice. When you first meet Beast, like, I love how he comes in and the stranger.
Growling
like,
in.
Because
Yeah.
that is natural. Like, if you take away the intensity, you're like, no, he's acting accordingly.
Well, but also consider
this
that
is like when he opened the door and was like, I don't know you. I can't let you in. My parents let me open the door for some reason.
yeah, and now he's like, I'm
he's
still an
suspicious.
11-year-old. Where did his parents go?
He's suspicious. He's like, there's a stranger here. Like, there's a problem. Last time I let a stranger in, beast.
No, I didn't let a stranger in, so you'd think he would learn the lesson of, oh, I will let this cold stranger into my house.
He did. He put him up in the room upstairs.
No, he made him a prisoner.
No.
He imprisoned him.
He says something, and then he takes him up there. He goes,
Wow, you're right. He does say something.
I got a nice room for you.
Huh.
No, he does say something like condescending.
Yeah.
About a room upstairs.
Yeah.
So maybe that was it. He's like, you never said I couldn't be sarcastic like about taking people in. Maybe that's what we learned. He did learn his lesson. He's just kind of a prick.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
We do a play of like we do a stage
Love it
adaptation
already.
of this film. Who are you?
Beauty.
You're not Beauty.
I'm Beauty.
Get out of here. You can't. You
Beauty.
don't have those pipes.
You're not Gaston. So you just knocked
number
that
one,
shit.
fuck
You
you,
just
'cause I
knocked
am
that shit
Gaston.
off right fucking now.
Of course I'm
I know what
Gaston.
you're working at.
I wanted to
If
know.
you're Gaston, then I'm Belle.
No.
That's how that's working.
No.
Then we're the objects. We're the furniture. So who do you want to be in the furniture?
I'll be Gaston.
What? No. You're gonna be that big stupid oven. He just complains that he made food for nobody.
No, I need a bigger part. He has like 3 lines.
This is the first Disney movie where they use the computer animation, though.
Yes, it is. And it was also, I believe, the first animated feature being nominated for Best Picture.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I believe there have been 3 so far. I believe.
When did Toy Story come out? This is
1994.
Okay, so yeah, because this was the practice run.
Well, different companies.
Was it?
So Pixar was owned by...
Why did I attach the two then?
So Pixar was owned by...
Maybe it was something... Maybe it was a documentary about special effects. Maybe that's why I'm merging the two.
Yeah, Pixar was owned by like Apple. So Pixar was a part of ILM that George Lucas sold off after Howard the Duck flopped.
Do you think they called George Lucas DiCaprio when he was in grade school?
I do. I've read his autobiography, and they did.
This didn't make any sense. Ugh.
When I was a boy in grade school, they called me DiCaprio. I didn't understand. Later, I made several very terrible Star Wars movies, and one good one. Why does George Lucas have like the most easily mockable voice? It really is. It's like,
I don't know. My notes are so random. I don't know how to just jump back into them. So I might
Episode 4.
I might just start saying random things about my notes, like the subtlety of Gaston. So you love Gaston. We can go back into him when he's talking to Belle at her house and is like, "I want to marry you," and has the whole orchestra outside. The part where he's just like chasing her and she backs up and he just
7.
and you know what I'm talking about. He just kind of bats over the chair like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just his whole demeanor and look. He's like he just wants to wed this woman. Like, so bad.
I love that back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah.
We'll have 6 or 7 dogs. Children,
strapping young lads,
strapping young boys like me. You're like, oh,
it's just
God.
about himself. Here's the thing: do you think that Gaston would really be that bad of a husband?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, because he just wants to be waited on. He's literally like describing to her what he thinks is her fantasy, and it's just like it's just you're making dinner and rubbing my feet. Like, come on.
Yeah, okay.
And she's like, why the fuck would I want? And he's like, because I'm gorgeous.
I guess you're right.
Here in town, there's only she who's as beautiful as me. That's what he says.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact, and the whole town knows it, especially those freaky triplets.
But I'll say this, like the fact, like the whole thing of you saying like, oh, she called the town dumb, like she should hate that town.
She's a monster. A woman with a book lecturing people.
She should hate that town because they all like adore Gaston so much, and he's a piece of shit.
Because she's from Paris, and they can't keep up with the intelligence, Zach.
Look,
I like to remind you who you are.
Right from the moment that I met her, saw her.
And she was gorgeous, and you fell, right?
here in town there's only she who's as beautiful as me.
I just think I
so
can't
I'm
argue
making
with
plans to
Here's
woo
what I don't
and
fucking
marry
understand.
Bill.
You're a leftist. You're all about science. These are facts. These are fucking facts. He's the most beautiful person in town, and there's only one other. Why would you not mate?
Here in town, there's only she who's beautiful as
we
me.
probably could have just sang
like
this whole
this could have
movie,
been the whole
right?
thing. Like we could just sing it.
Yeah, I was about to say something, but I think we have to wait till we're done after the next movie before we talk about it.
Yeah, I think there's a couple good points, and I'm kind of tracking like the different types of fathers that we have among these like princesses. Even though Belle's like technically not a princess for most of the movie, like she still ends up.
I mean, this father, unlike Titanus, or whatever the mermaid dad was. Titanus. No, the dad's like, for the most part, in this version, he doesn't give her up for the rose and the glamorous horse. Yeah. He's like, no, I don't want this to happen. And he gets kicked out, and then he goes back. He tries to get the town together, and then he goes back on his own.
Will no one help me?
We're dumb. But crazy old Maurice.
Crazy old Maurice.
I'm
afraid I've been thinking.
A dangerous pastime.
I know. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
But
I did work on my Gaston for a long time.
He's a good dad. He's a good dad.
He is, because he doesn't want her to go. He doesn't want her to like leave him, or he wants her to leave him there and not like swap.
About the best hidden gem in this is when Belle comes to get him out, and then the candle goes out and he goes run, like in the background. Do you remember that? It's under all the madness of Beast finding her, but you just hear run.
I love it.
It's hidden.
Did you notice like Cogsworth has a very like Alice in Wonderland kind of face? Yeah. I thought that was interesting for sure.
He's definitely got a Cheshire cat.
I kind of feel like, I don't know if that's intentional or if that is like,
that's English.
I think it is an intentional like nod to the past of like Disney animation, which I think is cool.
Of tea.
I also really like.
He's also a QT.
I really liked like some of the more kind of like slapsticky, cartoony elements, like joke stuff. I thought it worked really well. It's fun.
It's hard to watch Luminaire. He'd be getting shit everywhere. And why does his candles? I mean, that's magic right there.
It's all magic.
How are they? Well, okay, but that's like specifically, like I don't know. I don't know what to say because that wax would be getting everywhere and then eventually would burn out. How tragic would his character be if he just had the candles and then had to keep replacing them? He's like, fuck. Yeah, we don't trade with anyone. We only have a limited amount of candles. So I won't be alive for long.
If he turns back to human,
he'll be pointless.
If he turns back to human,
his head burns.
Before he's swapped out one of his hand candles. Do you think he just doesn't have a hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So when they come back and they become humans, they're still like, oh, yay, we're fucking slaves to an 11-year-old
Okay,
boy.
but tell me this.
They're slaves,
Mrs.
right?
Potts, no, they're servants. They're
What's the difference?
It's feudal. I don't know.
Okay.
But look, I have a couple questions here.
Oh, Mrs. Potts fucks somebody.
Mrs. Potts is so fucking old.
It's adopted.
She's like 70.
That is the Beast
and
brother.
Chip is like 5 years old.
Fucking brother.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Like she adopted. Like it's a hidden thing. Like because Beast would eat him. He's just a fucking Ottoman.
He's just a cup. He's
or
not
no,
an Ottoman.
that's the dog. Yeah, that's right.
Also,
he would also eat
played
him.
by the guy who was Otis.
Otis?
No, it's not actually played by Otis.
Yeah, no, I bet you something's going on there. She's very.
That's
old.
an interesting take. Yeah, she's way too old.
But then who's the dad? If I'm not right, who the fuck's the dad?
The dad is the stove.
Oh, he's just in there getting busy.
The stove, yeah.
Because no one's eating his food, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'll fuck somebody."
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I'm a bastard child.
What do you think Gaston's job is?
What are you talking about? He's Gaston.
Right.
I mean, all his trophies are in the bar. That's what he brags about in the song.
He decorated it. Yeah. He decorated the
decorator.
tavern.
He's a decorator.
And he used antlers in all of them.
All of them. That's why he's always on the hunt. No, I think he brings in the meat. And that's why he's like, you call this bacon? Gaston
He didn't say that.
Hunts way better bacon than this.
You don't hunt bacon. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm on a bacon hunt every day.
So like, why would that like asylum guy want to help him?
Who? I don't. You got to do something so I know who he is.
He says,
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, I can't do that guy that way. I can do Gaston. I can't do that guy.
Yeah, I can't remember a lot of his lines.
I can also do the French chef from The Little Mermaid. I can do that too.
Do it. Les poissons, les poissons.
He, ho, ho, ho. Everyone can do that. It's easy.
I speak French.
He, ho, ho, ho. Why would the Beast want Maurice as a prisoner? What does that benefit him? Why would he do it? Why wouldn't he just throw him out?
We already talked about it. He can't. He doesn't want to risk it. He's only got a couple petals left on that flower. Why does the flower... was that thing insanely big over 10 years?
It's enchanted.
It starts falling pretty fast during the movie, and that's only like a couple days.
We don't know. That's another thing that I wondered. How long do you think she's at the castle? Because, okay, Maurice leaves. It is like solidly summer.
Yeah.
The next night, it is snowing.
Yeah, it's magic. Magic Castle.
I don't get... No, it's snowing in the town because they throw Maurice out of the bar into the snow. And then LeFou is sitting outside the house in the snow.
Magic.
And, like, the wedding,
Yeah, the wedding's
he
great.
gets kicked into that pond, and it's clearly summer.
Oh, maybe it's not...
It's all over the place.
Maybe it's not France at all. Maybe it's Cincinnati. You know what I'm talking about? Crazy weather here. I don't know. Maybe it's fucking years. I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Although that dad kind of sucks because he took that long to get his shit together.
Yeah.
Let's
Mrs. Potts' teeth are really creepy. Like when she's a teapot, I hate it. It's gross.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to it. I know, like when Chip comes back, why doesn't he have his skull split in two from that chip? Also, another one. Why'd you call him Chip?
He had a missing tooth.
Why is it on the top of his head then?
Because that's the representation for a teacup, I guess. I don't know.
This fucking enchantress didn't know what the hell she was up to. She was just winging it, man. It's like she had this big scheme. She's like, and then I will punish you and all your servants. And they're like, okay, well, they formed a line. Like, well, what are we going to become? And she's like, fuck. All right, fine.
Yeah. So, and with all the, like...
okay, you're the little boy. You're now a cup because your name is Chip. And where was your chip? Fuck it, in your head.
So, with all the, like, enchanted furniture and stuff, and, like, dishes and all that is, like, animated now.
Yep.
Like... Are those all servants? Are those all humans? Or are they all just enchanted?
Yeah, they don't like it's like a burglar came in. Is that what you're saying? Like when they become people.
That's not what I'm saying.
When they become people again, all the furniture's gone.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but then they should still have furniture.
That was from the original story with the merchant. The ship came in and stole
his furniture.
Fucking shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. Magic. Because
it's enchanted.
Yeah, they just grow out of the furniture.
Oh, so they like zoop them into the furniture and then they pop back out when they're done?
The end of this movie's got a real Jesus thing going on with that light.
Do you think he has a mullet?
With that light. Of course he's got a mullet. It's the 90s.
I wasn't sure.
He's like the light shoots out of his fucking
I talk about cartoon
hands
mullets a lot.
and then his fingers and
his toes. Yeah.
He's ugly. Can I say it? He's not the most attractive prince.
Well, here's the thing. There's like a portrait of him, like a painting in the castle that he ripped.
Yeah, I'd scrape that thing.
But like,
ugly motherfucker.
Did he look like that when he was 11?
That's right. What the fuck?
Did he look like that?
No.
The timeline on this movie is insane.
That's his dad, and he swiped it because he's like, "Where were you during all this?" You're right. What the fuck?
I don't know.
How was he?
I don't know.
The timeline's not making any.
It does not make any sense.
No.
He's 11.
No. That didn't exist. The Enchantress was like, also, here's what you would have looked like.
Here's what you will look like if you
weren't a
find love.
Beast.
But if you don't, then you're going to be this beast.
Yeah.
Because who could ever love?
Dies. Yeah.
Beast.
Does the beast age? Does his fur get gray later?
But that's the other thing. Like, Chip, how old is Chip?
I don't know. Dead. He's got that.
He's like 7 years old. There's no way. So did Mrs. Potts, a teapot, fuck and have Chip turn.
Well, what I don't understand about the teapot thing is she fucked. She's got the dick for the nose and the mouth thing and the teapot.
No, you can't get impregnated by having jizz in your nose.
Okay, so it was like, then did another teapot that had the female part.
No.
Who? I don't know, man. Magic sex. Magic teapot sex. We're in a whole new realm.
Yeah.
But I got to go back to
next week we'll be in a
I got to go back. I'll just summarize
world
real fast. like I said, the bones are pretty comparable to the original French version. And I'm not even gonna try the name. D Vanilla Velaga, whatever. Just imagine I said the proper French
name.
Yep.
We're
what
American.
What happens is Belle or Beauty, it's the same fucking thing apparently. Belle gets homesick, so Beast is like, fine, you can go for 2 months to visit all your sisters and brethren. And when she goes off, he says, but you have to come back because I'm gonna fucking die and be a beast if you don't. Like, please come back. Like, he's very open. Like, God damn it, please don't do this to me.
Don't let me die.
Don't let me fucking do
Belle.
this. So she goes, and then their family's really excited, and her brothers are like, let's go kill the beast. Kind of similar thing. And she's like, no, and they're like, all right, fine.
Kill the
then you
beast.
can't leave. So they hold her there, and she's like, no, I want to complete my thing. So then she looks it's not a magic mirror in this one. It's a magic ring, because they had to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So she contacts the ring, and fucking Beast died of shame. Because he's like, I'm so hideous. I knew it. So he's all emo at his fucking, he's all emo at the house, and he's like, oh, I knew she wouldn't come back. So he dies. And then she goes back, and she's sad, but it's because it's true love. He comes back to life, just like in the Disney movie. But I love that died of shame. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right. I guess you're right.
This timeline is suspect.
Yeah, I mean, we got to touch on something before we wrap. We got to touch
timeline?
on something. That mirror, dude. You know what I'm getting at.
Look, we talked
You know what I'm
years
getting
ago about, like, we wondered.
This is before the internet, by the way. I'm sorry, before internet was, like, huge. This is when we were in high school.
We talked about, like, if the Beast used the magic mirror to look at, like, naked women or people having sex, or, like, we talked about magic mirror
Why
porn.
wouldn't he build? Yeah, it's
as he goes through adolescence, like,
internet.
He's 11 when he starts.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like,
couple
'cause at the
years, he's
party,
gonna start
like,
looking.
He's like, show me the girl, and then he's like, show me the other girls. like he's just a pervert.
Show me those girls who like Gaston. Oh,
show me those triplets.
beast! You are a beast.
He calls Gaston like, hey man, you got to go over to the triplets house. No, I want no reason. Just go over there. And then he's like, show me the triplets. he's just watching an orgy.
Oh, Gaston. What a dick.
No, Belle is the fucking dick. The West Wing thing. He's like, hey, just the whole thing, just not the West Wing. That's just it's forbidden. Just fucking don't go. And she's like, well, I better go check it out. This isn't her fucking house. He just says,
it is her house.
I'm sorry. He says, yeah, this is your house, except this. And she's like, well, might as well go up there.
Well, okay, hang on.
What the fuck?
No.
Beast is like, seriously, this is the only
You come
room.
to me and you say, I need to live at your house. I need to move in with you. And I say, okay, just stay out of my room. What's the first thing you're gonna do?
It doesn't matter.
No.
The fucking rules.
No. What's the first thing you're gonna do?
I guess he could have locked.
You're gonna go in my room. That's what you're gonna do.
No.
Yep.
No.
Immediately.
Okay.
Like, while I'm still there, you're gonna be trying to go in.
Well, I think that was different because you said that I just came on in. Like, if I needed a place,
She just came on in.
yeah. Like I said I needed a place to stay, and then I lurked through your stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's what just happened.
The only difference is that he's like, all right, you're a prisoner, but yeah, don't go in here. So she's like, fuck you. Like,
fine.
I can
He imprisoned
read.
her.
I've already ruined the town by reading. Like, I've ruined this house.
Maybe I'm a witch.
By lurking for books.
Maybe I'm a witch because I can read.
So,
do you think witches can read?
I mean, they can read the flames.
Oh,
I was getting towards something. I was thrown off. When he gives her the library,
yeah.
do you think if she, like, in the Disney movie, when he's like, it's all yours then, she's like, oh, that's great, but I just like you as a friend, do you think he would have fucking took it back? Like, then fuck you. Like,
now, what if she had, like, started taking books into town and selling them at that bookshop?
Oh, that's so shitty. Because he's like, yeah, like, we're going to need furniture for when your fucking people come back, because you're not going to have, those are people, right? All your stuff is
No, she doesn't know because he can't tell her.
Well,
Can he tell her?
Well, in my story, he's always about it. So I figured he kind of like hinted it a little bit. But no, I guess he doesn't because she doesn't know what the rose is before he covers it and he's like, West Wing! Like, and just barks at her. I gotta say, I don't like that he gets his ass handed to him by them wolves. Like, 'cause he's doing great. He's doing super.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I guess that's the
tired.
That's that shame of his.
Oh, he's ashamed.
leaking through.
Because
he ripped his shirt. Remember, because this is the first movie where I think they show blood, the Disney movie, where like his shirt's ripped and there's blood, and he's like, oh, like I ripped my only.
I love
shirt.
what like a little baby he is about it when she's trying to wash his scratches. He's like, oh!
He has to
and you're
lick
like,
it.
you fought wolves.
He has to lick it because he's a beast. He doesn't know how to use spoons. He can only lick
I
his
mostly
wound.
clean my wounds with spoons.
Well, if it's been 10 years, you forget how. That's what
I was 11.
That's what we're going with. We just forget.
11 years old.
A decade's a long time. Like, if I haven't done something in 10 years, I have no idea.
Like, that right off the bat is the craziest thing about this story.
If you wanted me to
everything
connect
else
to the landline internet, I wouldn't know how to press the button. I'd be like, what?
Which turns him into a beast that it will only go away with like true love. Okay, I buy that over. He's 11 years old.
What is he?
There's no family there.
What is yeah, I mean,
also,
first off, hang on. We didn't touch on this at all. There's a giant fucking castle.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Was he in charge of anything?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Did the whole town just go?
How does the town not know about this giant castle that would have ruled them? Yeah. Of course.
Oh, it's part of the curse. I just forgot.
Maybe,
because
but then Belle should know about.
Here's the thing: when they're humans again, does the city then thrive, or the egg prices go down, or do they go up?
Well.
What is this place?
Look, you know what I thought as soon as I saw that like castle open up? I thought, Marie, the baguettes, hurry up!
Yeah,
they're gonna need baguettes because it's France.
Yeah, I mean, you got to put them in a fucking bicycle and ride them around.
Man, I love a baguette. It really is delicious. As like you know a mid-30s man, I really am like, oh, a baguette. It's delicious.
Go to market to get it.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't even have a joke. I was asking.
No, it's great. You love a baguette. Everyone does.
I like a sourdough with soup in it. Bread bowl.
Sure.
That's what I love.
I saw I was at the market recently, and I saw like a pack of 4 little bread bowl like things. It's just like a ball of sourdough.
I want the big one.
And you scoop it out yourself.
Ugh. I don't want a chore. I already bought the bread.
You got to make the soup too, dummy.
I pay my servants to do it. My slaves. I don't pay them shit. All right.
Boy.
I got other little notes, but I don't really.
Let's get into it.
I don't need to.
Let's get into it.
Because I got to look for them.
What do you got? Nothing?
Just more beast stuff.
I really like this movie. It's a lot of fun, and I do like the message of like, you know, I like when the villain of the movie is a guy who's just like overcome with like horniness for the main character, where he's just like, I have to have her, and she's like, fuck this dude. Like, I think that's awesome.
There is something in his speech that still gives me goosebumps when I watch it, when he's rallying the people, when he's like, the beast will come after you.
Or he'll gobble up your children.
No, what's he say? He says, the beast will come after your children and make out with them in the night. Like,
make off with them.
Well, I mean, okay, what
that's very different. Gaston said, you know what? Gaston is saying what he wants to do with the children.
The same thing. Make out with them. He's
no, it's not. Not at all.
He wants to get your children, then make out with them in the night. Like,
daytime, he's not gonna kiss them.
I gotta talk about something that maybe people should just turn it off right now.
That song is really good.
But okay, no one wants anything to happen to children. But what if you heard that they just got made out with? You'd be like, oh, like, just don't. Like,
what?
You wouldn't want to bring any justice. You'd be like, no, just bury that. Like, made out with my kid? Like, no. Like,
weird.
Stop it. Don't kiss my kid.
I don't like it.
No, not at all.
I don't like it.
It's a different kind of ugh. So Beast is making out with your kids in the night. But yeah, the whole time they're marching up to the castle, and then both sides are arming up. And there is a part, and I saw it about a month ago, where it's like it's not the Ottoman dog thing. It's like a tiny cabinet that's hiding behind a bigger cabinet, and he's just got a baseball bat, but he's hiding like a kid, like who's ready to like sabotage someone, but he's hiding behind another cabinet. You gotta freeze frame.
I like
it's
it.
Good.
It's good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
What a fun movie. What do you think the best song in the movie is?
Well, now it's the fucking end. The beast will make out with you and then your kids in the night.
And we'll lay siege to the castle and bring back his head.
I don't know, because obviously you want to say Gaston. I think Belle's is the most entertaining.
They're all so
song.
good.
Yeah.
And I love, we talked about...
Hang on. There must be something that wasn't there before. The whole song about how they're going to pork.
And I also love
that
that Chip just keeps asking, what? And then they just keep saying back and forth, I think that's something that it wasn't there before. What? What's
like,
there?
They're talking about sexual attraction, right?
Yeah, chemistry.
Okay.
I don't know if it's necessarily sexual attraction as much as it's like there's like a vibe.
He's getting out of the friend zone. He's doing...
see, you keep hammering this friend zone thing, but like that's just a...
No, it's in this one.
But what I'm saying is like that's just like an antiquated notion about like...
What?
Shitty dudes who think that they're entitled to have sex with you because they're nice to you. I don't know. It's fucked up.
Listen, just because you've been friend zoned and I haven't,
because that's not a thing.
No, I got.
I've had friends.
I got friend zoned once.
I've had female friends.
You didn't ever try to beast.
Have I been rejected by women in my life?
You ever tried to beast with
countless
them
times
in the middle of the night?
Countless times. Yeah, I tried to make out with them in the night.
What?
But.
Did you take them? Make off with them?
But so honestly, like I went into this movie thinking, that opening song is my favorite. It's the best one. And then as they go and go and go, I'm like, man, this is really hard. This movie is stacked with great songs. They're all so good. And even like I completely forgot about the one at the end with Gaston talking about like, through the woods in the dark. You're like, oh shit, this song's great.
I told you, that's the one that gives me the ghost bumps.
Because like Be Prepared is the shittiest song.
No, it's good.
It sucks.
It's good.
It sucks. People rave about how good it is, and I'm like, no, this is trash. For a Disney villain song, like Ursula's is better.
There are parts where, Ursula's is pretty great.
But like we talked about with The Little Mermaid, the classic musical I Want song is so good in it. And it is like similar to The Little Mermaid about her wanting more than she has and like ambition and wanting to be something that she isn't or can't be or is like being told that she can't be. She wants more than this provincial life. She wants something bigger.
Yeah, no,
and it's really neat.
Belle's has it's the opening. You see the whole town. There's Gaston in it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot crammed in. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. You're like, there's just so much going on. It's the middle of the story.
Yeah,
it's more
so
fun.
good.
It's not a recap. Or Gaston's, it's exclusively
it's so
him,
fun and goofy.
But it is wonderful. And then at the end, he runs out of shit to gloat about. So he just says, I use antlers in all my decorating.
Yeah.
Which is not about him. It's
just something that he does. He's like, I'm cool. I do this.
No, but everything else is based around something he's done. And then this one, he's like, also antlers.
Yeah. And I even like the I Want story or song. Like I love that like the reprise of it. Like Gaston comes and tries to marry her, and then after she's like,
Yeah, and then Otis comes.
And then she runs out into the field and is like,
Otis
it's epic and beautiful.
And he's like, hey, I ditched your dad because
he's like, hey, Andy.
That part makes me so mad when he's like, no, Otis, let's go this way. And
it's a horse.
And he's like, I don't think we should go this way. He's just doing the nod. And he goes, no, let's do it anyway. And then he goes, where have you taken me, Otis?
It's
and
funny.
I'm just like, I would kick you off and kill you.
No, it's funny. It's
so
silly.
when he runs back, that's what he tells her. He's like, oh, somehow
he's a
man. Perfect. Yeah, somehow he fell off me. I didn't kick him off at all.
Yeah, that old fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, the horse does run off with the wagon like, fuck this, like, idiot.
Yeah.
But it's not. It can't be that far away.
But
he wasn't gone that long.
No,
well, we don't. I guess we don't.
We don't know. Time is weird in this movie,
also
and like
space.
It feels like everything happened in like 3 days, but like it also happened over 2 years.
Space is weird in this movie because he gathers them up, and it's the same night when they get to the castle.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they know where it is.
Yeah. Somehow. Well, he's following the mirror.
He's got the that's mirror. What the porn.
It's gotta be.
He's following porn.
Yeah, cranking off the whole way.
Your heart knows where the porn is.
Yeah, definitely. And
then in my story, it was a magic cock ring, I guess.
So which song do you think is the best?
Belle.
Like the opening?
Yeah.
I don't even know because
or provincial.
Because we didn't even fucking talk about Tale as Old as Time. Oh. That song is so good.
Yeah, it's fine.
And there's something there that wasn't there before.
And
that's
then
great too.
Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest. But there's something there that wasn't there before borrows like melody from the opening Bell song.
That's definitely not the best.
Like
one.
they go together. Like no, that's more of like it's not a medley, but it's almost like
there will be porking there that wasn't pork before. You call this bacon? Or whatever it says.
Please let me through.
Yeah.
Man, what a good movie. It's just really jam-packed with great songs. And I think the next movie we do also is going to have like a big it's going to be a tough debate over like what the best song in that one is too, because
there'll be a discussion.
It's stacked, man. They're all so good.
Well,
you looked like you were going to get ready to play a piano in a cartoon.
I'm always getting ready to play a piano. Just no one ever brings them in time. I crack my knuckles and nothing.
Yeah, I think you should play a piano.
Thanks.
So overall, on like the rewatch last week of The Little Mermaid, I hadn't seen it in a really long time, and it was like, oh yeah, this is good.
There was parts I did not remember about that movie.
Yeah, exactly. And this one,
no, I know.
Some stuff caught me a little off guard, but I knew everything. But like, it's still, man, this one holds up. This one holds up so well.
I'm probably gonna watch this one again before I watch the next movie, which also I've seen a lot. So
yeah, oh, man,
a bunch of hidden gems.
This is a classic, and I think it's safe to like assume that like who we are was partially shaped by these movies, seeing them as kids and like just taking in that, the messages, the underlying or otherwise.
I know I said last week I didn't own Little Mermaid, so I didn't watch it as much as the other two, but like I do love Little Mermaid. It's fucking gold.
So Beauty and the Beast, I remember we went to like a family reunion in like deep Kentucky in this little town where there's like nothing. There's like a Walmart and an Arby's and like a boot shop.
Tell me about this Arby's. Does it have the meats?
We went to this Arby's, and I must have been, it's 1991 or 92.
Oh, they didn't have them yet then.
So I begged my parents to let me get both kinds of fries and said, I'll eat all my food if you let me get both kinds of fries. And then I ate both the fries, and I didn't want to eat the rest of my food. Like,
there
I was
you go.
A little
You're
shit.
A fucking liar. And that's why you got locked in that castle, and all your friends turned into Ottomans.
They're not my friends. They're my servants.
Nice.
I'm 11. But...
and you were young enough to think that the Arby's sign was a big sandwich and not a hat.
I did. I still think it's a big sandwich.
It looks like a big sandwich.
But it was either on that trip or right before it. We got Beauty and the Beast on VHS. It had just come out on VHS, and we got it, and we had watched it. We watched it a bunch down there, and like one of the things that we really liked about going down there was that my dad's cousin, who we stayed with, had air conditioning.
Tight.
Which we didn't. We had one window unit that didn't really work.
Well, that's technically.
I'm just saying. She had air conditioning, and she had one of those huge 90s satellite dishes because you can't get TV out there otherwise. So we would watch
Yep.
I remember the thing,
ones that you could take a bath in.
Yeah, the thing that we would watch the most down there would be like, oh, we're gonna sleep in the basement. Like me and my two sisters who were like closest in age to me. We'd sleep in the basement and watch Nick at Night. Like, that's what we did. And that's what I remember about these trips. And then years later, I went back with my dad for the same kind of thing when I was like 14. And like my sisters didn't come. And I wrecked a four-wheeler into a ditch full of thorn bushes. We had to get the neighbor with his Jeep to winch it out.
Man, you really decapitated that
situation. I did. Well, I am George Lucas.
Hi, Georgie.
So,
hiya, Georgie. I don't know why I didn't fucking do the fucking accent on that.
So that was an impromptu edition of Meet the Host.
There you go.
Where you learn more about my life.
There you go. But no, I do love this movie. It's gonna rank pretty high of the three.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say that. It's three movies.
I know what's last for me, and 1 and 2 are very close. So I don't. We'll get there next week. But
this was a great one.
And this is a fun. I think this is like, I guess we'll hear from the audience and see if they agree. But I think this is a fun break.
We could have made this a watch along, and I would have been fucking totally down with it.
That'd be cool. We've talked about
doing
a
watch along, but also pausing to make these points. This could have been a 4-hour episode. And I've been happy with it.
We've talked about doing watch alongs for like maybe like a Patreon type thing, but I don't know if there's a lot of interest in that just yet. So, but that's something that like if you're interested, we'd love to hear from you. Well,
it's about us. We can do it. We can watch along.
Can we watch along?
Oh.
I would love to hear some people's takes on the remake. You know?
I saw it once. I don't remember much
Yeah,
about it.
I've
Other
refused.
than, yep, that's the movie, and you fucked up the songs.
So I saw the Jungle Book remake, and that's the only one that. After that, I refused to see any of the remakes. It just
I've
was
seen
not.
a couple Disney remakes, and I'm just like, you don't need to do this.
I don't like when they call them live action, and then it's the Lion King and it's animals, and they're all CGI. Like, how is that live action in any way?
Yeah, I
Just a
want
different
you
kind of animation.
to do the exact same songs I'm expecting. I'm okay with that.
Or
I'm okay with that.
Or no songs at all.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be fine.
Don't butcher the good songs that are there.
And then they always want to like add in a new one so they can like.
But that's true. You could make it like the Jungle
Les
Book,
Mis?
the actual live action Jungle Book, where there is no songs. It's
Well,
just,
obviously, because it's just based on the Rudyard Kipling book, which I've never read.
Well, let's call whoever's in charge of Disney. I'm sure they'll answer. Just tell them it's you,
I don't know who it is anymore.
and they'll be like, "Oh,
Bob
shit.
Iger,
We've been
I guess.
waiting. This is Bob Iger."
Is it Bob Iger?
Yeah, he'll be like, "Bob Iger, is that George?" Oh, thank God. And that's how it'll go.
Yeah. And
then you make it DiCaprio joke.
That's definitely how it will go. All right. Well, I feel good about this. This was a good one. This was a good movie and a good topic, and I think we, squeezed all the juice out of it.
I think we got to do the last one though.
Yeah, for sure. And then we've got some really great guests lined up. Coming up for the next mini series we do before we get into season 3.
Yeah, surely.
Also, I'm really looking forward to season 3. I think Freaky Friday is going to be a lot of fun. That'll be a good one. I'm excited. We're not going to half-ass it like we did on all the other seasons. We're going to use our full asses.
This is big talk. I guess we got to live up to it.
Yeah, whole asses. All of it. So, with that said, thanks for listening this week. Tell all your friends about us if you're taking back Sunday. And be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what we do, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Oh, I grabbed my mic and it cut out. You can find us online at KeystoneCopycats.com. We're at Keystone Copycats on Instagram and Facebook, and at Keystone Copycat, just one little kitty, on Twitter. If you've got something to say, you can email us at KeystoneCopycats@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 513-239-7682. Be sure to check out Sinclarity, A Dinosaur's Tale at dinosaurspodcast.com every Friday. And until next time, I'm going to be Gaston, no matter what he says, and he will be.
Beautiful Belle.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.